Today's episode is brought to you by Hawthorne. Hawthorne out there trying to make you smell good, trying so hard. With our help, it's going to happen. Also, we're brought to you by Babbel. Learn yourself another language. The world is becoming smaller. It's better to be able to communicate with all of it. Now that we're just one Skype, Zoom, Discord, what are the other ones? Cisco, WebEx.
Internet.
Away from the world. Another language can help you a ton. All right, let's jump into this podcast.
Hello, everybody. It's time for Crendor and Crendor.
Crendor in the morning.
In the morning. Live. Before our recording studio. Recording. Wake your ass up. It's the Crendor in the morning.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to an exciting episode of Cox and Crendor in the morning.
It's like pouring rain outside.
I'm so jealous. I wish it. And you know what? I take that back. Last time it poured rain here, my entire apartment flooded. So never mind. I'm good. I'm fine.
The rain's nice when it's not destroying things.
Yeah. Weather is beautiful when it's not ruining stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very relaxing because you hear like, you know,
Your rain noises are great. Doesn't sound like rain at all.
It also kind of sounds like I'm like I'm dialing up like an old timey telephone.
Yeah.
Like even older than that. Not even like dial up internet. Like old, like where it like does the rotary dial.
Oh, you're doing the rotary like. Yeah. Yes. That's somewhere there is like a 15-year-old who's like, what are they talking about? Mom! These old men are talking again about weird things.
These old men. Dude, I was doing my WoW leveling series, and I started that series almost 8 years ago. And usually I only do like 2 episodes a year, but this year I've done like 5. And
What do you mean you only do 2 episodes a year?
yeah. What?
It's just weird that you're only doing 2 episodes a year of a leveling series in a game. By the time, I don't even know what level you are right now. By the time you do another episode, they're going to have changed the entire leveling scheme of the game.
Well, that's what people are saying now, right? So one guy was like, Crendor, I started watching this when I was in like 8th grade, and now I like have a family and like work a job. I was like, shit,
What's even more funny is at some point you will actually de-level.
Oh yeah, I'll level so long that I'll start de-leveling. It's insane.
You will actually have less levels than when some of your more recent videos were. That's what's going to happen.
I think that's more impressive than actually just leveling. So I think it's better to just
Almost
ride
spit
that
my
out.
drink out.
It's better to just ride that out now, you know?
Yeah.
Because
Certainly a way to do it.
You start leveling too much, people are like, all right, whatever. But you
What
only
a
do
try
couple.
hard.
Yeah. You only level a little bit, then you disappear, and people are like, what happened? Then it comes back like, oh, hey, I like this.
So silly. It just shows a tremendous lack of commitment on your part.
Oh, very much so. Oh my God, that's what I was gonna bring up. This is even relating to like lack of commitment, but it's relating to last week's podcast talking about sleep. You were like, okay, I'm going to bed at like whatever, waking up like 6 a.m. Then I see you streaming at like midnight every night, and then it's like 2 a.m. And I'm like, does this guy wake up at like 6 a.m.? But now when are you going to sleep?
Now I didn't. Now I went to bed. Those nights that I was streaming late, I went to bed at 2 or whatever, and then woke up at like 10-ish.
All right.
Which is pretty good. And people were like, Jesse, how are you still able to, are you lying to us? How are you still able to tweet at 6 a.m. if you say you're waking up at 10? I discovered my Twitter account has timed tweets.
What?
Yep. On my
Timed
Twitter,
tweets.
I can set tweets in advance.
I see.
So when I go to tweet, now there's a thing that says schedule, and I can click the schedule and be like, schedule this tweet. So that before I go to bed, I'll think about a tweet I want to make in the morning, and then I'll tweet it, but then I'll go to bed and I'll show up when I'm asleep. And I'm like, yeah, nice.
Then that tweet's kind of a lie.
Here's the thing. It isn't if it's like a tweet that's like, hey, this is my Deus Ex promotional. You know, like if it's one of those where it's a tweet I'm trying to do every day kind of thing, or if it's like, you know, a brand deal promotion I have to do, it will remember it for me.
I guess that's convenient.
Yeah, I'm not going to be like, today I had a run-in with this guy. That's not it. That's definitely, those are tweets that happen in the moment.
Entire day of tweets.
Yeah, no, that's BS. Don't be that person. Yeah. I'm just saying if there's like something I have to do, I'll schedule it in advance so that I can then sleep in. It's genius. I hate Twitter, but now I kind of like that feature.
That's true. I also hate Twitter. Oh, yeah, speaking of hating Twitter, normally I'd wake up in the morning, and I would just check my phone, and check my Twitter, check all my things, and, 40 minutes goes by. And I was like, what can I do instead? And I was like, I'm going to wake up. I'm going to do yoga. And so I wake up now. I check my phone for like 5 minutes, and then I do yoga for like 30 minutes, and I feel great.
I today had a revelation very similar. I woke up, looked at my phone, was like, all right, well, I'm going to scroll through the trending thing to see if there's any important news or anything happened. And, everything seemed like it was just as crazy as always.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if I think I scrolled to my timeline and I saw like some photo someone posted. And once again, I got caught up in the fact that, I forgot for just a brief moment that everything on the internet was a lie. Right? And so I clicked the photo and it took me to Instagram. And then my Instagram feed was like, here's 1 million photos of incredibly beautiful people. And I want to let you know, I got really angry. I was laying in bed like just mad that people were incredibly attractive. I was like, oh, I think I hate this person now. It was so moody. I was like, oh, man. Look at all these beautiful people on their lives on the beach. Like, oh, yeah. And during my COVID, I just went to people are traveling. They're like, I got my own island for COVID. And I'm like, I hate this person. And I was like, that's so unhealthy. Why am I doing this?
Was Ninja of Twitch YouTube.
And I was just like really upset. And I was like, man, why am I doing this? So I put my phone down and like took a shower and went on with my day. But it like hit me viscerally. Like, wait a minute. I spent the last 20 minutes angry at people I don't know because they're just like living awesome lives. I was like, this sucks. I hate this.
That's the problem of things like YouTube and Twitter and all this shit on your phone. Where like, okay, like back in the day with YouTube, all right, I had to go to my computer, sit down, type in youtube.com, and then watch my video. But now, you just like do a few taps on your phone, boom, you got a YouTube video, and then bloop, little notification pops up like, hey, someone else just uploaded a video, or hey, someone else just tweeted some dumb shit. And you click on the tweet, and it's like, someone being like, I hate spaghetti. And you're like, well, I have to tell them I hate spaghetti as well. And then I'm like, what the shit am I doing? None of this matters. I could go do something productive.
I got to the point today. Thankfully, the one thing that brought me back to reality is I was looking at this. So the girl's tweet that I initially clicked on then took me to Instagram. That then took me down the timeline of like just beautiful people living their best lives. I went back to her Twitter afterwards because I went back to Twitter to go like look and see if I missed anything, and I saw the next post was about how like her entire life she had been dealing with like addiction issues, and I was like, oh, you are normal. I was like, oh, you do have normal problems, and it reminded me once again that everything on the internet is a lie. And everyone just like posts their best version of themselves. And then every once in a while they let slip like, oh, I too have issues. And I'm like, oh, all right, I'm good again. Like, yeah, I've been brought back. And so that's what like clicked in my head. Like, oh, I got mad for no reason about any of this. I was like, oh, these perfect people, they're perfect. I was like, oh, wait a minute. They're all messed up. I was like, actually, technically, I think I'm doing better than you, which made me feel good.
Here's the thing, right? I've said this for a while. If someone is like, if something seems too good to be true, if they're like living the perfect life, the best life, whatever, they're like always happy, that's a red flag. Red flag goes up, because that's not possible. It's like not, unless even like the most like crazy rich famous whatever people, they got stuff wrong. Like they still got normal problem. They might have gastritis. Maybe they got all the money, but their gastritis keeps flaring up, and they're just like, gah. They hate it.
Well, now that I know that Will Smith's life is a mess, I'm fine. Now that I know that Will Smith's life is a total mess, I'm like, you know what? If it can happen to Big Willie, it can happen to anyone.
Yeah, the problem is like, even with like, you know, like the crazy rich people or whatever, like sure, you can buy like 10 cars, but then you start comparing yourself to like the other guy who's got like 12 cars, and you're like, man, if only I had like an extra couple million to buy a couple more cars. And then you get into like the rich people battles, which I will say is a lot more fun than being in poor people battles. But you're still
one of those are actual battles. One of those is actually war.
Yeah. Point just being, you just gotta like, detach. You gotta like focus on yourself. Just do some yoga and meditation, man. And just start like, breathing. Oh my God. I forgot. I had this pulled up because I mentioned it, and then you were like, we'll talk about it on the podcast. VTube.
Nice transition. Very good. It totally flew, like it flowed very well. Very nice.
Right. So I was like, I don't understand VTubers. And then you don't even know what a VTuber is.
I mean, I know see, a person that I thought was a VTuber was not a VTuber. Dodger scolded me on it. She's like, that is not a VTuber. She's very nice. I'm like, well, what is a VTuber? So I looked it up, and I realized VTubers are people who hide is the wrong word. They use, the reason why I say hide, I'll get to in a minute, but they use anime avatars, or I guess any avatar.
Yeah.
And like facial recognition software to make it move like they move at their computer desk.
Yes.
And most of the ones I've seen are just like,
they're anime girls.
Or anime girls, yeah. The reason why I say hide is because I was talking with Dodger about it, and she was like, oh, if I had to start streaming today, I'd be a VTuber. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah. Oh, I would be. I would never have to be camera ready. I could just like show up and talk into it. It'd be amazing. And I was just like, that. I hate that. If you would have done that, we never would have been friends. And she's like, well, it's not like I would have done it 10 years ago. And I was like, oh my God, have we been friends for 10 years? I was like, oh God.
Shit, dude.
I know.
Yeah, it's like I get, like, people have done this before, but not with like anime girl things. Like they've done
literally Gaijin Goomba's whole thing is that he was like, hey gamers, I'm a Goomba.
Yeah, or like that one Twitch guy that was like, was it Benny, who's like a Muppet?
A puppet. Yeah. People have done it before.
So it's like that.
It's just weird that the ones I see that are popular are like overly sexualized anime girl. Is that? Well, I guess it's not weird. I guess that's to be expected.
It is very much to be expected, and it doesn't surprise me at all. Plus, like, I'm sure there's a lot of people that have like low self-esteem, or like, you don't want to put yourself out there or whatever. So you're like, hey, you know what? I can be like cute anime girl. And then people are like, ooh, cute anime girl, and they start watching. The problem is, here's the problem, is you now become that person, right? Yeah. You are now attached to it. If you decide, hey, you know what, I'm going to stop doing this, you're going to lose a giant chunk of your audience. Like, there'll still be some people like, wow, I love what you do. But there's still people like, the anime is gone. And now
the illusion is dead.
I will find the new VTuber. So it's like, by doing that, by making that choice, you're essentially branding yourself as that, which, maybe you want to, but maybe, you gotta realize what you're getting into there.
Yeah, it gives you anonymity. It gives you the ability to hide who you are. But it's also like, I don't know. I guess as a person who literally is like, hi, my name's Jesse Cox. I stream under the name Jesse. I think it's, to me, I'm like, why do you need to hide like that? But I guess I've never been afraid of like being out there in the public. It's weird to me.
I mean, I was when I first started, but then I just did it enough, and then I got over it. which is, I guess, actually a form of therapy. That's just like conditioning or whatever you're like, or what do they call it? It's not cognitive therapy. It's the one where they make you do stuff like you're afraid to go in an elevator, and then they're like, we'll stand by the elevator, and then they're like, okay, now we'll get in the elevator, but we're not gonna move. And then the next time you're like, now we get in the elevator, press a button, and then it's like, oh, now we get out real fast. And then it's like, all right, now we're gonna actually move in the elevator, and then it's like, wow, I did it. So it's like that's kind of what I had to do. It's like here I am, like if you watch my first vlog, I'm like, hello, it's me. Hello. So, you know, but I feel like there's a lot of people like that. And so it's a lot easier to, well, it's not even just a lot easier. It's actually a lot more profitable because you can be like, hey, I'm an anime girl. And people are like, whoa, nice. Maybe I'm just too old now. Maybe I've become the things that I don't understand.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe. I always thought it was funny that like old people, they don't get, but like at the same time, now I'm like, oh no, is that me? I don't get what's cool anymore. Like a great example is I just went to VTubers, and the first thing that popped up is a YouTube channel called VTubers. 1.49 million subs. It's a little boy. This little boy is better than both of us, Crendor. This little boy, his videos are like him playing games, but also there's a little tiny panda that I think is supposed to be the VTube, and his videos are literally just like, what's on my iPad? 15 million views.
Oh my, 15 million?
Oh no. Oh, he has another channel called the Kaiji Family.
The Kaiji Family.
Yeah, 6 million views. Oh wow. This is this is an entire thing. They have the VTubers thing is their VTube channel where they play games. But they also have Ryan's World, which is just the little boy, and it's the little boy's vlogs. Are you kidding me?
Wait,
this kid has a vlog called How Are Tsunamis Formed? 22 million views! This whole family's more successful than they'll ever be.
Well, does he actually explain tsunamis and like how they form?
I don't know. It's him in a pool, and I'm like, I'm not gonna watch this.
Yeah, I'm gonna start ruining my my like recommended YouTube stuff now.
There's the thing called the Studio Space. That's I guess the mom and dad, and they are like, get out of town. I can't. Golly, man, this makes me realize that I always think like, man, I'm like mid-level YouTuber. I'm doing it. Now I'm like, man, I don't know if that's true anymore. I don't know if that's true. I see people, I'm like, I had no idea this person existed. And now I'm like, well, they are way better than I'll ever be.
No, yeah.
Oh my God.
They're blowing us out of the water. It's one of those things where I don't even feel like like you said, like mid-level YouTuber. I feel like my peak was mid-level YouTuber in like 2012. Now I feel like I always compare this to like athletes in like the NFL or the NBA. Like right now, I feel like I'm the YouTube's like Matt Schaub.
Sure, I see that.
He's played like 16 years. You know, he's been with a few teams. Some people are like, I think I heard of that guy, and some are like, yeah, I saw him before. He's not very good, but like he got to the playoffs once and lost.
I feel like if I had to describe myself as anyone, I'd probably be like, I don't know, Charles Barkley.
I mean, Charles Barkley's still like really popular right now.
That's like my hope is I could be Charles Barkley, right? Like, you know, Charles Barkley did some stuff, but like, you know, most of his career is after that, and I'm hoping that like that could be like, you know, after the YouTube stuff, like I have a huge career doing other things.
That's probably, maybe you'll become a VTuber.
If I did VTube, I wouldn't tell anyone it was me. I'd make a secret VTube channel and then just make a voice that was like, hello everyone, welcome to VTube. My name's Julie Majulie. What's your name?
Dude, this VTuber's kind of hot.
Right? Yeah. It wouldn't be like a hot. It'd be like, you know, it'd be like a little cutie pie. Although I don't know. The internet's weird.
I don't know if you've looked at the internet.
Yeah, I was about to say. Never mind. I take it all back.
I don't even know like they do a lot. Like, I guess are they using like VR stuff like the?
Yeah, it's like you know that thing where people do like I'm the dog, and then they move their mouth. It's that same technology.
Okay, I see.
Except they design little cutie chibi girls, and they're just like, "Hello, welcome to my stream." And you're like, "Oh boy."
All right. Well, I don't really watch a lot of anime. I've watched like 7 animes I've enjoyed. So I mean, I'm also probably not the target
we're not the target
for
audience. Unfortunately, we are not even remotely the target audience. Although I'm curious to see, like, there definitely is a target audience, and I assume it skews younger. But I feel like I'm wrong.
Oh, you're wrong.
I feel like there is.
I would already bet money that you're wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna get roasted for saying this, but it needs to be said. I have like a theory.
A game theory?
About a certain demographic, a certain age range.
All right.
I need to know if this is true. I want to know what you think.
Okay.
I know Nintendo, I know Super Nintendo, and I know N64 kids, right?
All right.
All of them relatively cool, normal, nice. But then there's the GameCube. Everyone I've met who's like a hardcore GameCube person is like a little weird. And I don't know what was going on in the world during that time. But everyone I know who's like, my favorite console is the GameCube, I'm like, something off about this guy. There's something weird about this. And I don't know why.
I actually really like the GameCube.
See? My point exactly. Everyone I know who likes GameCube is a little weird. Is a little strange.
GameCube had amazing games on it. It had like Mario Party 4. It had Animal Crossing. It had the original Animal Crossing. It had Pikmin. It had Luigi's Mansion.
This proves my point. I think my point is proven.
It had Smash Melee.
I think my point is proven.
Mario Kart Double Dash. It had Super Mario Sunshine. It had Paper Mario on the 1,000-Year Tour. All right. So, I have a theory.
Uh-huh.
I think you just started getting older, and when GameCube got around, you were too old to understand video gaming, and then you were like, well, that's dumb now. And then you were like, too cool and moved on.
No. I was playing PlayStation at the time.
Well, there you go. You moved on to PlayStation.
Look, everyone I've met, now I can officially say everyone I've met who says GameCube is their favorite console is a little weird. That's all I'm saying. They got a little like, is this person like fun weird or serial killer weird? There's a lot of that going on. That's all I'm saying.
Internet. We know. You know I'm on your side. The powerful GameCube side. We know who we are. It's an amazing system. I used to bring my GameCube to my friend's house, and we'd play GameCube games. It was easily transportable because it was a cube. All right?
I love how much you're trying to sell me on this.
It was a good system. All right, if you... Okay. Video game systems. All right? If I had to rank video game systems...
Here's the thing. I'm not saying GameCube was bad. I'm not saying anything about GameCube was bad. All I'm saying is the people who I meet now who grew up in the time period of GameCube who say GameCube is their favorite system are, in general, on average, weird as shit. That's all I'm saying. Not that GameCube is bad. I'm saying its players are weird.
All right. That's fine. Yeah, you know. You're entitled to your opinion, even if it's wrong. I don't even know how we got here. But now I feel offended.
Oh, God. VTubers brought us here. That's the problem.
Oh yeah,
VTubers are the problem.
VTubers brought us here. I don't
VTubers
understand.
are the problem.
I don't understand, and I don't like what I don't understand. Eh.
Nice summary. Speaking of understanding, did you know Babbel is the right and best choice to help you understand and speak a new language? Wow, now that's a transition.
That is.
Learning a language has always been on my to-do list. It is something I've always wanted to do. I started in school to learn Spanish. It translated very quickly into Spanglish, which I understand Spanish when I hear it. I cannot speak it because I'm terrified I'm going to butcher it. And I can read it, but that's about it. I'm terrible at it. But I've always wanted to master other languages. I want to go to Japan, for example, but I don't want to go and not know anything. I think that'd be weird. So I understand what it's like. In fact, I've often been like, can I just date someone Can I just date someone who speaks multiple languages? It works out great, but it hasn't worked out yet. I definitely understand the desire to learn something new and to expand your horizons. And it's something that, you can do for yourself now that you're beyond high school and college. You can actually do it in a way that is better than going to, what was my teacher's name? Senora something. Senora something's a weird name.
Right.
It's one of those things where you can actually do it the way that most people who learn languages do, which is by being in the environment and being inundated with the language. And that's how Babbel works. It is a proven method to get you speaking a language within weeks, designed by actual people who know actually how to learn languages effectively. The experts that they have these teaching methods that have been scientifically proven to be effective across multiple studies. They have speech recognition technology that helps you with your pronunciation and accent, and using the real world conversation ideas and keeping that in mind, it kind of lets you know how to speak in everyday practical ways. The lessons are 10 to 15 minutes long, and they start by teaching you words and then phrases and then sentences, and then soon you're in short conversations. With Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages: Spanish, French, Italian, German, so many. And Babbel is available as an app or online, and it saves the progress across all your sync devices. It's really smart. It's a really great way to learn another language, and I cannot recommend it enough. Right now, when you purchase a 3-month subscription, Babbel will give you another 3 months for free with promo code COX. That's 3 additional months free if you go to Babbel.com and use promo code COX. That's an additional 3 months free. That's BABBEL.com, promo code COX. Also, today we're brought to you by Hawthorne. Hawthorne is going to get you smelling great. And I know this because I went, like a few weeks back, I went and had lunch with my parents, which, still feeling weird about the whole COVID world, and my parents being like, come have lunch with us. I'm like, okay. So I did, and my dad, to quote him, "Boy, you don't smell like shit." That's what my dad said. Sorry, Ad. That's what my dad said. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm wearing this cologne. He's like, it smells really good. And the minute I got that okay, the minute I got that thumbs up, I was like, man, this must smell really good. Hawthorne finds scents that are right for you. It uses its scientific magic to discover what scent fits you the best. Because what happens when you go there, you take a little quiz, and the quiz straight up is like, all right, let me ask you some questions about your life. Everything from like what you like to drink, to what you like to wear, to what you spend most of your time doing, to all these, like what kind of shampoos and things do you use as is. And then it puts it all in a pot, stirs it up, and out comes a work and play smell designed right for you. And they work. They really do. I think both you and I would agree that all the scents we've had so far have been really good. They also have other products like deodorant, shampoo, body wash, face cleanser, lotions, etc. All you got to do is take a 2-minute quiz, and Hawthorne will tell you which 2 colognes are best for you. Like I said, one for work, one for play. It is totally risk-free. Just go take the quiz for fun. Try it, right? Just go and try it. Totally risk-free, free shipping, free returns. Check out Hawthorne at hawthorne.co. That's Hawthorne with an E. And use promo code COX10 to get 10% off your first purchase. That's HAWTHORNE.co and use promo code COX10 to get 10% off your purchase. 10, the number 10, not TEN. There you go. Hawthorne.co, promo code COX10. All right, Crendor, let's go. Chapter number 7, Scout Crendor. How's that traffic out there?
Traffic out here is moving or not moving depending on where you are. There's cars that are backed up. There's cars that are not backed up. There's cars and boats. There's boats and cars. There's car boats. There's boat cars. There's planes. There's some people playing that new game, the Microsoft Flight Simulator. They're flying around, but you can't even see their planes because they're in virtual reality. I guess it's not even virtual reality. It's just, video games. It's not technically VR. But you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm going at. I actually kind of want to play that game. I think it'd be fun to try and be a pilot for a while and then fly over stuff. I can fly over places we do the weather. That'd be kind of fun. Maybe I can even make the chopper copter in Microsoft Flight Simulator. That'd be fun. Either way, that's traffic. Back to you.
Thanks, Crendor. Now let's go over to Crendor at the weather desk.
Whoa! Weather. What's a fun place we could type in? Let's see. Need a word. Grasshopper.
Grasshopper?
Grasshopper.
That's what you're
Grasshopper. Grasshopper Junction, Arizona. All right.
Of course. Okay.
Over in Grasshopper Junction. Wait, it's Kingman, Arizona.
So where's Grasshopper Junction? Is Grasshopper... This feels like one of those things where it's in the middle of nowhere. I'm looking this up.
Grasshopper Junction. There it is, Grasshopper Junction.
A town in Arizona. I need to see, what does Grasshopper Junction look like? Grasshopper... Oh, it is. This is one of those in the middle of nowhere things. I'm looking at it right now.
God,
it is like... Wow, this is 100% the middle of nowhere. Whoa, this is 200% the middle of nowhere.
It's like one building.
It is straight up a deli. The Grasshopper Junction Deli. Whoa, that's so wild. It is straight up in the middle of nowhere. They have a mini Martin Deli.
Oh, my God.
Wow, and then the rest of it looks like farms, I guess.
Yeah, or just desert.
Wow. Yeah, there's a community nearby. The community nearby is straight up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 roads. 10 roads in a box. Can I go down to like Street View? Oh my God, what does this even look like?
Oh yeah, I gotta see this.
I can't. I'm trying to Street View this. Nope, never mind.
What?
I thought there would be houses there. I was like, oh yeah, I'll go look at the houses. In all 10 of those streets, there are a total of 3 houses.
Wow, this is
I
just street viewed it.
This is the high desert. Whoa, there is nobody. Why are the streets here then if there's no one on the street? If there's no one to live there?
I don't...
Maybe are they planning for the future when global warming destroys the West Coast and everyone has to move to Arizona? Is that what this is for?
Hold up. There's got to be... Oh, my God. Grasshopper Junction has a Fat Tony's pizza restaurant.
Where? How? Where?
It's right next to the Grasshopper Junction. Deli.
Oh, the
right
deli?
Next to the deli.
That little...
Yeah.
Can I just say, nearby, the cities nearby to Grasshopper Junction are, in order, Santa Claus, right next to the Mojave County landfill, and the city of Chloride.
Good old Chloride.
Here's the thing. This is so crazy. It is somehow very, very close. Relatively, geographically close to Las Vegas. It is geographically very close. It's also through Mojave, which is crazy. If you want to If you ever want, I don't think you'd ever want to do this because I don't think you'd ever have a good time in Vegas. I don't know how you would. I would love to go to Vegas with you because I don't know how you would enjoy it.
I'd probably enjoy Vegas.
You'd enjoy the people for sure.
Oh,
But,
yeah,
like,
that's why I'd go.
if we were to drive to Las Vegas, it takes, I don't know, it takes a better part of a day. No matter where you're going, you're either going through Death Valley or Mojave National Preserve. Either way, as you drive through, holy crap, is it wild. I think you have to go through Mojave as you go. It is like one of you hit a point where the only thing near you are like desert and solar collectors. That's it. It's so wild.
My friend Nick lives in Vegas, so I'm going to go to Vegas eventually just to see him.
Oh my God. What if instead you came here
Then we drove there?
and then we drove to Vegas so we could do a whole drive to Vegas thing? Oh my God. I'll let you record all of it. Go nuts.
All right. I mean, yeah. It'd probably make an amazing video series.
Yeah. The drive through. Oh my God. We'd have to stop at the Greek restaurant, the Greek place.
Yeah. I'll throw some gambling money in there. I'll take like $40.
Eh.
And then you lose it in like 10 seconds and you go, wow, that was a waste of money. But you got to do it every once in a while just to really remind yourself.
Of what?
By the way, I've been looking up reviews of the Grasshopper Junction deli.
All right. Talk to me about the Grasshopper Junction.
All right. So a year ago, Shinjiro Sugita went there and they typed in, I think, Japanese.
Okay.
But it's translated and it says, "The unexpected man caught a gun on his waist and a cowboy hat. It's America." 5 stars.
I love that some dude from Japan just went there.
I know. Of all
That is
the
incredible.
places to go. It's like, we got to go to Grasshopper Junction. Let's see, there's more. Someone else was here, and it got translated to, "It was very atmospheric shop. I wanted to borrow the toilet, but what was written on the toilet door, when I used the toilet, I wrote something to buy. After I finishing the toilet, I bought sweetbread and juice. The clerk at store was good. 4 stars. Only 4 stars there. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
1-star review from Good Deal Neil.
Oh, well, come on. Neil sounds like an American dude who's just like kind of a dick, but all right, good deal, Neil.
Older employee was a creep. Stood outside the bathroom door and then charged $1 for me to use it. Avoid at $1 cost. So, I mean, that's just Good Deal Neil angry he didn't get a good deal.
Neil. Had to pay $1 to use the toilet. I bet that's a clean-ass toilet, though.
Yeah, it's got to be.
If you have to charge in, please. I guess it's kind of in between Phoenix, Arizona, and Vegas. So maybe if you're going from Phoenix to Vegas, that's a place to stop. I guess it makes sense.
Oh, someone said great place to stop for supplies on the way to Phoenix or Tucson.
I believe that.
Yeah,
It definitely looks like a place that it's on US 93 in the middle of nowhere. If you're kind of like, man, I need anything. Like if you look around, if you're on Street View and you look around, there's nothing here.
Yeah.
For miles around, there's nothing. It is out of nowhere, a little tiny shack with a huge parking lot.
Yeah.
And this is pretty much the town. That's so crazy. I'm going to take a guess on what the weather is. Hot.
Oh, yeah, this is weather. It is hot. 101 degrees. Sunny.
Woo!
5% chance of rain, though. There's like some crazy storms to the east. Crazy storms. In fact, they're under a severe thunderstorm warning.
I believe that.
Ooh-wee.
Oh my God! One time I was driving through the desert with a friend, and we were in his car, and rain came out of nowhere, and the temperature, because he has a thermometer in his screen on. Most cars do. They have like a little thermometer. When we were driving and we hit the rainstorm, it was 101 degrees. When we hit the rainstorm, it dropped to 60. It dropped so fast it cracked his windshield.
Oh my God.
I'll never forget that. Out of nowhere, his windshield just a crack formed. We were like, "What the hell?" It was wild.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was. I guess it's like when you put really hot glass in cold water, how it sometimes breaks.
Yeah.
Same thing happened.
Man, science.
Yeah, man.
Well, let's see here. 10-day forecast. We've got 102, 103, 102, 102, 101, 99, 96, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 97, 97,
wow,
98.
really chills out towards the end of the week.
Yeah. Yeah, it chills out a little bit. Very nice. Severe thunderstorm warning from Sunday 3 p.m. Mountain Time until Sunday 3:45 Mountain Time, which is, I think, right now. Wait, Mountain Time's an hour ahead of you and then an hour
Yes.
behind me. So it's like
Correct.
the middle ground. So actually it was 2 hours ago. Okay. Well, that's it's the Grasshopper Junction weather.
Yeah, wow. All right, let's go to sports.
Sports. Back at the sports desk. We got hockey playoffs. The Boston Bruins will be taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Vancouver Canucks upset the St. Louis Blues. They're taking on the Golden Knights. The Islanders are taking on the Philadelphia Flyers, and the Dallas Stars are taking on the Colorado Avalanche, meaning only one Canadian team stands.
Oh.
But I don't like the Canucks, so I hope they lose. And then, over in the basketball, I believe the Boston Celtics beat the 76ers, swept them 4-0. Lakers are up 2-1 on the Trailblazers. Rockets are up 2-1 on the Thunder. Nuggets are up 2-1 on the Jazz. Or no, the Jazz are up 2-1 on the Nuggets. Whoa, turn of events. Raptors are up 3-0 on the Nets. That's a blowout. And then the Clippers and Mavericks. Clippers are up 2-1, but right now they are tied in overtime. Anything could happen over there. And then kicking it over to baseball. So we've got the Tampa Bay Rays in first place now over the Yankees. Woo! Minnesota in first over Cleveland and the White Sox. Close battle there, though. Only a game or two separating. You got the Oakland A's up on the Houston Astros. You got Atlanta in first place in the East. You got the Cubs in first in the Central. You got the Dodgers first in the West. But the Padres close behind. And then, of course, football. They've started Hard Knocks. I need to start watching that just because.
I don't know that I do. I don't know this is the one that I watch.
I want to see this one. I want to see what craziness is going on. I'm excited. And then Baltimore Ravens release safety Earl Thomas after on-field altercation. Earl Thomas a little crazy. He also got stiff-armed by Derrick Henry in the playoffs. Destroyed, roasted. And if all things staying tall, NFL is going to be starting 2.5 weeks.
That's going to be wild. I don't know what those games are going to be like, but
So
nothing like sweaty, grunting men lashing to really make your COVID spread, but sure.
My assumption is they're doing like super testing, and then if somebody gets positive, that team's going to get delayed, and then until everybody's not positive, they're going to like reschedule whatever game they're supposed to play.
Yeah.
Like for the next week or whenever it happens. So that's what happens in baseball. So I think it's going to be similar to baseball and how they've done it. It's like the Marlins have tested positive twice already. And then the Cardinals tested positive twice. I think all the other teams have been fine.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. So that's sports.
All right, Crendor. What is our big news story of the day?
All right. We've got 2 medium stories, both very good.
Wait a minute.
No big stories, 2 medium stories. First one, penguin waddling in Brock's toe picked up by police.
Okay.
This is England.
Well, of course.
A penguin waddling through a village has been picked up by police officers on a routine patrol. They were on patrol in Broxtowe, Nottinghamshire, when they spotted the Humboldt penguin in a village street in the early hours of Sunday. The bird, nicknamed Popo, had escaped from a farm enclosure in Strelly and then managed to waddle a mile up the road. Police stuck their beak in and the penguin was returned to its owner. PC Gareth Phillip said they nicknamed the penguin Popo after he posed for some pictures with us and he was very friendly with our officers.
So he's part of the Popo then. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last year, a pair of stolen penguins were rescued by officers in Strelly. In January 2019, police acted on a tip-off. They rescued the birds and arrested 23-year-old man from Preston on suspicion of burglary. Native to South America, Humboldt penguins, Spheniscus Humboldt, are named after Spheniscus. It's Spheniscus. Are named after the current of water in which they swim, which takes it from the Prussian explorer Alexander von Humboldt. While not currently endangered, they are listed as vulnerable by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, which means they are at immediate or imminent risk of becoming endangered.
So wait, so they got out, or wait, what? I don't understand.
Yeah, they like got out from the person who owns them, but like,
do they think that like they were, because last time they were stolen? Do you think it's like a repeat?
I feel like they would have figured it out then.
Or do you think this is like a Princess Peach situation where it's very obvious she's running away with Bowser on purpose?
It's possible. Penguin.
I'm just like, it can only happen so many times before you have to be suspicious.
Why do they have penguins in England?
Now there's the real question. Good question. Agreed. Why? Why do they?
Yeah, like is that like common? People of England. Are penguins just like, they live in England and we're just unaware?
I feel like taking things from other parts of the world and bringing them back to England is much more common.
That is true, yes. So that's one story.
All right. What's story 2?
Story 2. Florida man arrested for cashing in winning lottery ticket at gas station he stole it from.
Wait a minute. Okay. Yeah. I need to know details, but okay.
All right. A Florida man was recently arrested for trying to cash in a winning lottery ticket at the same store he had stolen it from and several others. In a statement posted to Facebook, the Clearwater Police Department in Florida wrote, "For most people, it's their lucky day when they get a winning scratch-off lottery ticket." The man who attempted to cash in the stolen ticket was identified by police as Herbert McClellan, 27, of Clearwater, Florida. McClellan is accused of stealing 13 scratch-off lottery tickets from a Speedway convenience store on 32 Bay Esplanade, according to police. One of the tickets was a $30 winner.
So he went back to the same store?
Yes.
He knows you don't have to do that, right?
Apparently not. Shortly
What
after
a
going
dummy.
back to the same store, Speedway employees who remembered him from before called the police. He was arrested shortly after officers arrived at the Speedway. Following the arrest, McClellan was charged with petty theft and dealing in stolen property. It's safe to say it was not his lucky day, they wrote in a statement on Facebook.
Got him.
According to jail records from the county office in Florida, McClellan was also charged with driving with a suspended license. McClellan is currently being held in the Pinellas County Jail, awaiting a bail of $12,000. The Pinellas County Sheriff Office records also show McClellan being arrested by the police department on several other occasions. On the 20th of February, he was charged with misdemeanor possession of open alcohol and was released a day later. On October 5th, 2019, he was arrested and charged with a misdemeanor again by the Clearwater Police Department for obstructing or resisting arrest without violence. The Clearwater Police Department directed Newsweek to their Facebook post after reaching out for comment. Are
you making a video on YouTube right now? What is happening?
I am. A similar situation happened in March when a man from Ohio tried to cash in lottery tickets that were stolen the night before. In March, the Columbus Police Department in Ohio reported a suspect allegedly following a store employee around the store counter, pulled out a gun, and demanded cash. When the store employee told the man he didn't have access to any more cash, he stole several scratch-off lottery tickets and left. According to ABC 66 News in Ohio, police said that just a day later, a man came into an unspecified store and tried to cash the same tickets that were stolen. And that's the story. Guys, back to you.
That's not a newscaster voice. What you're doing is the voice of those videos you find at like 2 a.m. on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
That the music in the background's like, and then it's like,
there were chupacabras swarming
yes.
the Grasshopper Junction back in 1975. The chupacabras ate sandwiches from the Grasshopper Deli and were never seen again.
Yes, exactly what it is. I hate it. Oh, it's terrifying.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
All right, well, that's it for us. Thank you so much for listening or watching, however you're enjoying this podcast. Crendor, hit him with the socials.
We got socials, all right? So first up, make sure you head over to youtube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast. Hit the bell, the like button, subscribe, be notified when we upload these episodes, especially the bell. That way you know. And if you don't want to hit the bell, then all right, that's fine. It's your choice. Also, get rid of that podcast part and go to youtube.com/Cox and Crendor. You'll find all the animations. Probably hit the bell on that one because only uploads like once every month and a half or something. Also, we're on all the things. We're on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, just another one I probably forgot. Also, follow us on our main things. There's youtube.com/Jesse Cox, youtube.com/Crendor, twitter.com/Jesse Cox, twitter.com/Crendor, facebook.com/Jesse Cox, facebook.com/Crendor, twitch.tv/Jesse Cox, twitch.tv/Crendor, instagram.com/Crendor was taken, instagram.com/Notorious Cox, and I think that's it. Go to my Warhammer channel, youtube.com/Warhammer Crendor.
All right, well, we'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for tuning in. That's it. And as always, to be continued.